So our final game here for the afternoon, JB, and it's Launceston, the reigning champions of the State League, taking on the basketball high performance. And, of course, we covered the high performance yesterday.
Yes, we did.
And Launceston we're covering for the first time this weekend.
And Launceston, the reigning champions. However, they've got a couple of key players in this State League team that will probably change things and the outcome of this game for them.
Deans for 3 is off, and then the rebound there by Lowe.
The referees on this game are young Ash, young Nick, and
Jordan Peel.
Jordan Peel. So a younger crew here, but a capable crew here.
So down low is Big Haydos, Big Hayden Sazadi. Just help me out on the pronunciation there, JB.
Hayden Sazadi.
Sazadi. Yeah, we'll
Sazadny.
go.
Sazadny.
Sazadny. Right, we'll go with that.
Apologies in advance.
Apologies to Hayden. I do know him, so he'll be fine.
We speak English, but we butcher it occasionally.
So Downey just run down to real estate, but that will be on Thomas Foster, who drew the foul.
Easy call there. And again, as we mentioned, Deans was massive for Launceston last year in their state title. There was a bit of controversy around him heading into the season proper this year. That all got sorted, but again, one of the premier young players in the country is Deans.
Brewer.
There's another good player. There's our wedgie.
There's our first wedge.
There's our first wedge. Get some sour cream and get dipping. And I was about to say how they're going to get that down, but I just realised they're far better athletes than I, Ronald.
That's right, JB. So I'd leave it at that point right there as Jackson Lowe comes down the floor here for Launceston. And of course, Nick Martin taking the coaching duties for this one.
I would suggest the Burning Men have a game, or there is some other things and other courses potentially that Mark Radford is running. Nathan Burton, I'm used to calling him Derm. He's down there helping as well, and both of those gentlemen have been largely in control of the state teams over this weekend, and it's good to see both heavily involved.
Absolutely. I spoke with Nate Burton during the week up in Launceston, and he's enjoying his new role as Deans goes for the reverse. Can't get that to go. I'll come back to Nate Burton if we get a moment. Brewer puts it up over Cox and gets that 2 to go.
Brewers and beverages. It's going to be a long lunch, I think, Ronald.
Could well be. Now, Cox for 3, just off. And, of course, Henry Cox is coming off a Stardust School Championship for Scotch Oakburn College, which was played down here a couple of weeks ago now.
You're involved in that one, Ronald?
We were. From a different provider, of course. Now, Crennan, he's Maynard. So Maynard puts it to the floor, puts up the shot,
steps.
And gets nice. The 2 to go.
The lid is somewhat coming, hopefully, off these baskets. We had a game that was a war of attrition, we'll say, in our last match-up, Penguin Glenorchy, and hopefully these two teams can open it up.
So Lowe puts it up, gets his own rebound, needs to either kick it out, can't do, so goes for seconds and couldn't get that to shot the drop. Yes. Now, Dean's coming up the floor here.
Nice stiff arm on the way through.
He's against one-on-one with Tristan Bailey there. So Downey on the other side here with Cox. Now, Brewer puts it to the floor, gets Brewer a couple.
Lovely.
Nice move by Lockie Brewer, but can't get that to go. Now, Lowe coming down the floor here, has to wait for the troops and settle it down.
It'd be interesting to see what Launceston are going to try and run here. They're starting all very high and then dropping back. It's not helping as their shooters really aren't firing away at the, well, they've finally got a jump shot there. But if they're going to run that high offense and try and drop down, they can't afford to penetrate into the D.
Deans and Brewer connect.
Two Lonnie boys.
And the Launceston boys connect on that one.
They've combined for the first 6 points here against Launceston. Swing that the other way, and you could argue Lonnie could be on an 8-0 run, Ronnie.
Could well be. So Cox. Now ball getting moved around here. He's Foster. Foster works his way into... I'm going to have some trouble with that one.
Let's have a look. Zasadny. Apologies in advance.
Well, yes.
We might actually run down at quarter time and see how we phonically pronounce that, because I have a feeling we're butchering it.
Low to restart. Letty and, of course,
great defence.
Good work there by the BTAS team, as Raymond Young, who's played coach this weekend. Of course, he was only coaching last time State League was around.
Yes, he was. He had the great Curly Mitchell running around and helping him out, as well as bench manager.
And Downey into Creme, but Young able to pick that one off. Now, Bailey puts it up, drew to foul, and that'll be on Lockie Brewer.
Yeah, hands up there, easy call to make, and Cy Dean's just reminding him of that there. Just as we were saying with Nate Brereton before, Ronnie, he's looking fit. He's looking well, Durham.
He is.
Running around a hell of a lot more in this development role.
Yeah, and he's really enjoying it, seeing a different side to things from his former job of being an accountant and doing what he loves. And it was really good to hear that, and I can just feel that he feels pretty happy and loves what he's doing right now. And he has a very good support base there up in Launceston as well too. So it's good to see. He's the first local since Ben Rush to take on the development officer role, which is great to see.
That should also show where the development of coaches, while we've talked players and referees the last couple of days, it's good to see the coaching developments that are going on across the state as well.
Absolutely, JB. So, no, great work by Durham, and we're hoping to get him for an interview some stage before the end of the year as well too, to talk more about his new role with Basketball Tasmania. Brewer, now Deans. So Deans puts it to the floor. He's got Cren in support, but too many red jerseys there to go. Cross court to Downey, and then rejected by Lowe. Brewer needs to put up with one on the shot, and that missed everything. Young coming down the floor here now, and here's Foster. Has to retrieve it back out. Lowe goes all the way.
Oh, lovely
and
little
great
drive.
work. And I played with Jackson Lowe when he was a little bit younger, about 3 years ago, and still got that same pace. He's put on a bit of size, which is good to see. And
you'd have been the wing shooter on that team, Ronnie?
I certainly was, JB. We came off the bench and dominated. Downey for three.
Oh, the biggest lie on commentary this weekend. No, Ronnie, you are a hell of a shooter, and for those that know me, I am not a hell of a shooter, so I'm not in one place to talk about this one iota.
So, Foster.
We've lost it here.
Young puts it up, can't get it to go. Bailey with the save, but then went to Brewer. Now Dean's coming down the floor here for the high-performance team. Dean's with some nice moves and gets it that two to go.
Solid elevation there. Cy Dean's really using that left hand early on. I'd like to see him go right a little bit more. Fading away.
Christian Bailey puts up the shot.
Yeah, he was tripped there. He'll go to the line, but Cy Dean's just really heavy on that right hand, on that left hand early. I'd like to see him probably go up a little bit more, but that's obviously a plan for BTAS to try and draw him probably to the stronger side, open up the weak side, and allow his teammates to really push through.
So substitutions being made. Luke Brown, Kai Savage, and Eli French are coming in.
Yes, Luke Brown coming off injury, and I tell you what, he's had a massive workload this weekend.
He has. He's been playing with obviously the high performance team, and of course Hobart Phoenix.
Yes, nearly 7-8 games of basketball across a weekend for a recovering body, and then he's had state and junior championships and all alike there. So it's good to see Luke back on the floor.
As Bailey puts it up again, can't get that to go. French with the rebound and coming up the floor here now for the high performance group. So French looking at his options. Goes Brown is open. And
gets a friendly roll.
Gets the use of a friendly roll. Luke Brown gets a three.
He's had some big shots yesterday for the Hobart team that couldn't fall in that OT game, but it's good to see that jumper coming back.
So Bailey puts it to the floor, puts it up, can't get it to go. Young with the rebound and gets the two.
Bigger body in there, and that's something too that these high-performance boys are going to get used to, is playing against the men who have filled out, are a little more physical. As Ruben Wilcox said, we want to let them play, and that's just an adjustment that these boys in the Tasmanian team will have to make.
So Deans to Brown, nice pocket pass in, and Brown, he can't get that to go. So Young with the rebound as we come down the floor here. Now Foster has to kick it out. Young in turn to Lowe.
Gets inside, good drive.
And now Bailey.
He was very much key.
Puts it up, can't get it to go. Kai Savage with a good rebound there, the youngster from Denport.
Eli French with good presence in the post there for a little guy.
So Brown, cross court. French inside to Brewer. Brewer over Foster.
And that's just good ball movement. That's a good entry pass, and that's good execution on the turnaround. 13-8 our scoreline. 2:40 remaining in the quarter.
So Young from the top of the key Can't get that to go. Bailey with the rebound and gets the 2 to go.
Another fellow young that we know from Queenstown doesn't mind those 15, 17 footers at the top of the key.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Chang if you're listening.
Oh, the big fella, yes. So Brown inside. Now Deans for 3.
Oh.
Can't get that to go. Young with the rebound. Has Bailey up the floor and uses him. Goes over Deans. Can't get it to go. Goes for seconds.
Eli French throwing his weight round down there as well.
And then a Falcon that overhit Deans or Letty as Lomi loses the handle. So Lowe puts it to the floor, attacks the rim, over Brown, missed everything. So Brewer up the floor here for the high performance team. Lost the handle and Lowe able to get it back. Has 2-on-1 situation and can't get that one to fall either. So Savage, now Brown. So Brown to slow it down, or he tried to give it to Brewer, but Young able to read it. Now Young, this is the quickest I've seen him run, and an offensive foul as Raymond Young used his kind of arm to clear out.
Yeah, no real argument there, and Luke Brown certainly helped the contact there, but an easy call to make. Now, are we substituting or are we timing out? It looks to be subbing.
Sub. So Phoenix Roby, Callum Boucher, Riley Haywood coming in now for the high performance team.
Just noticed Zach White walking out there with a bit of a limp. Hope he's all right. He just had a massive fourth quarter. Pretty much was the difference and won the game there for Penguins. So hopefully he's okay. But you can see some of these bodies here that we're going to see on the floor here. 4 of the 5 gentlemen I can confirm on the floor for the BTAS team. Double duty this weekend.
So French for 3. Just short. Haywood with the rebound. Now Boucher. So Boucher cross court to Haywood. Haywood puts it to the floor over Cox. Drew to foul and will go for Riley Haywood. He'll go to line for 1 and foul will be assessed on Henry Cox.
Yes, Mr. Draper there. Easy call, letting them play through. And very interesting dynamic as Lowe checks in for Young. But an interesting dynamic here in the state team that you see Phoenix Roby and Mr. Haywood there on the same team at the moment. I think it was Riley Haywood, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they were just opponents minutes ago. So, I mean, what sort of mental preparation would it take it for a player, Ronnie, to go from foe to friend in an instant? There's a Falcon on the baseline.
Falcon, that's about 2 already in this game. I'll come back to that, Paul. I'll come back to your question shortly, JB, as Bailey tries to go. Ball goes out of play. Launceston to get it back.
French with a good strip.
So Eli French working hard.
Is he playing with anyone else this weekend?
Bernie.
He's playing with Bernie. I thought I'd seen him about. So there you go. All 5 members of this BTAS team playing with 2 separate squads.
Nice play. Low to Cox for the 2.
Eli French, they're really getting about it defensively with the ball handling duties here. Really pushing the issue. One of the more talented, smaller guards we've got floating around in the system.
So now ball Brown, now Haywood. Haywood puts it to the floor. Now Boucher open for 3. Yes.
Good to see Cow Boucher. Last time we filmed the BTAS game yesterday, Cow was a little quiet, but good to see him make an impact early in this one. Inside the final 15.
Nick Martin shouting out instructions from that sideline. Now Bailey trying to work out where he could go with the pass. So he goes to Lowe. Good defensive sequence by BTAS, but Lowe misses the first, can't get the second. Can he go thirds? Not on this occasion. We're at quarter time. I want to come back to your answer. We might just film through the quarter.
Yeah,
we'll film a little bit of quarter time here. So I think from the mental, as it's 18-12 in favour of BTAS, it's interesting, isn't it? Sport is so different these days compared to, say, what it was 20 years ago.
Oh, when we were juniors, Ronnie.
Yeah. So I think you have to understand that you quickly have to forget about the game before, and now it's like, right, this guy's my teammate, I need to utilise him. So I think from a mental aspect they're fine. I think they've done this enough times now to really understand and go, yep, okay, we're not enemies now, we're teammates. So let's just get out there and do it. So there's got to be, there's that professionalism that comes with that territory of what you're asking.
I think that'd be a coaching point too. The coaches would instill that in their players.
Absolutely. And I think when you're doing double duty in a competition where you're allowed to play for your home association and your state development program, I think yeah, I think they're fine. And I know they both get along with each other pretty well. So they've built that camaraderie, they've built that friendship. So I think that wouldn't matter. You know, and it always used to be like when you cross that white line, you know, right, you're enemies. But when the game's done and you walk off the court,
when the final whistle's blown,
you're good mates again. So I think for Riley and Phoenix, I can't see an issue with that.
No, should be fine. As we mentioned, that'll be as well a coaching. That'll be a coaching point there for the BTAS team. It's 18-12. We're going to play right through. I think we'll probably just take half time off in this one, Ronnie.
I think so.
Rather than really bore the people to death. I'm sure we do that plenty enough when we're not calling the game. But 18-12 here. Launceston certainly not lying down, and they're providing plenty of movement, plenty of spark. BTAS really locked down defensively, so I mean it's going to be a matter of execution for the Lonnie Lightning here to try and get it done. And I mean Launceston in a unique standpoint, Ronnie, as they come down as a whole association, so they don't come down just as the single Launceston team as you would see Hobart or Glenorchy. Their talent pool probably a bit more stretched than some would realise, I think.
Yeah, I don't think they got their full side this weekend, but they've certainly got enough numbers there. But they have lost a few key components, I think, as well too. Now, whether those key components come back...
Well, two of them are playing on the opposition today.
Yes, there's Callum Boucher with the reverse layup to get us underway in the second quarter. I'll be very interested to see in round 2 what numbers Launceston have with their team personnel, and then come in the final 4. Turnover.
Stripped by Haywood, who's getting into this game once again.
So Haywood again having another impact as Boucher, now French.
I'd like to see Cow Boucher get up for a dunk here at some point.
So Haywood inside to Boucher, one-on-one with Foster, has to kick it out. So Haywood puts it to the floor, needs to put up a runner. That missed everything. Lowe with the rebound, and Launceston are off and running. Lowe has Foster in support, but
nice defense. Good jump ball.
Good work by Callum Boucher and Eli French. And substitution be made. Lewis Crannon's going to come in.
Luke Brown heading out for a spell. And Eli French, as I mentioned, I've probably harped on a little bit, Ronnie, but for his size, his determination on the defensive end is something that all players should really be looking to replicate. He's not letting his size disadvantage him. He's guarding in the post. He's coming over from the weak side. He's playing help. He's contesting shots at the rim. And then he's getting out on the transition and trying to generate points off it as well.
Very hard-nosed player, Eli French. I've watched his development over the last couple of years, and he's certainly done a terrific job and needs to keep progressing. And I have no doubt he'll be in good stead as Henry Cox can't get the 3 to go home there.
Even the crowd couldn't believe that one.
And Hayden Sattersey puts up the 3 and can't get that to go.
Yes, big Haydos. Stripped down on the baseline.
And
get out of here.
Crennan with the rejection on Cox. Now Foster has to sell this one down. Yeah. So ball getting moved around here.
A taped 18.
So Foster works his way through over Haywood and gets the layup to go.
Why go over and around the D when you can legitimately go under it? That's a nice finish at the rim. And they're out now, margin 20-14. Who's winning this one, Ronnie?
I think we've lost track of who could be who. It's been a long weekend, Joe.
Sunday-itis.
So Crennan puts it to the floor, has to kick this one out. Roby, now French. Good ball movement here. Nice pass.
Unlucky.
Right idea.
Good read by the Launceston defence.
So Cox with it now, one-on-one with Haywood. Cox puts it up, can't get that to go. Roby able to pull in the rebound, and Roby off and running. French and Boucher in support. Roby gets Haywood, as he was one of the latecomers. Haywood with that runner again. And margin is out to 8. BTAS up by 8. Sardines looking to check back in very shortly.
Might be picking up our paycheck Monday.
No. So Tristan Barley with it, puts it to the floor.
Took a couple of steps there.
Yeah, good work there by Haywood, who gets the ball to Crennan.
He's really starting to...
French up the floor.
Trying to spark this team again.
And then lost the handle, and Lonnie to get it back. Eli French having a rest. Sardines coming back in.
Haywood just trotting on the baseline there. Sardines and Haywood on this floor at the same time. That is a dangerous mix. And French going off for what is a well-earned rest.
So Lowe. Coming down the floor. Roby with some good defensive pressure. Now, Sattersey.
Bang off the backboard.
And then
Good
Bailey
hustle.
tried to get the eye board, did. Cox for 3.
That looked
Just
good
long.
from our vantage point. We're now standing at our vantage point.
And Sardines coming down the floor here. Now Boucher puts it to the floor.
Wants that
Works
baseline.
it away. Nice turnaround, Jay. Can't get that to drop.
Really working hard for his basket there.
So Low. He's going to run a set here. So Bailey. Now Cox.
Good entry pass.
Down low to Low.
Roby sort of like reaching for the ball and a bit of a face guard.
Jackson Lowe gets the 2 to go.
Don't see that very often anymore,
No.
Ronnie, the old face guard.
No, you don't, no. Sardines with it. Now down low here, Lewis Crennan. So Deans works his way through and foul on the play. That will be waved off.
So Ronnie gets a quick little adjustment there. We haven't had any headsets fly off, thankfully. We've had that in previous broadcasts. There's no doubt about that. You're good?
Yeah, I'm good. It's just he's just building up with wax, I think.
Oh, Jesus. And we're going to have a timeout. That's good timing for us as well.
So 22-16 is our scoreline, but the high performance group with a 6-point lead. 5:58 remaining, and I suppose the question we
it's
put...
a 6-point lead.
Yeah, the question I suppose I put to you, JB, would be, you know, we're seeing a bit of a similar kind of path from the previous game into this game. Just do we say that fatigue is definitely playing a factor here, and we're seeing a little bit, not like yesterday we saw some good high quality good basketball. Today we're probably seeing maybe
just a step under.
Step under.
Yeah.
I think would we be right in saying that?
Fatigue is definitely a factor at this point. I mean, especially with some of these younger players. I mean, we're talking about young guys who have now played potentially 8 games of basketball in 36 hours.
Yeah.
That's a tremendous amount of effort and, you know, a lot of ask out of the body, whether you're an elite athlete or not. And, I mean, some of these older bodies too, you've got to think of someone like the McGaffins who have played a lot of basketball for Wynyard. I remember talking to Dalton. I don't know whether it was Lee or Scott had, when they were getting ready for a game, they need to be here an hour before just so they can warm up and be functional to try and get on the game. So you can imagine the toll that's going on some of the older players. And I'm thinking particularly you look at someone like a Hobart, if you have a Corey and a Dwayne Davey playing, or if you're, I mean, even looking at Launceston here, some of these boys have clearly had big weekends themselves. So just trying to be physically prepared and backing up off a heavy day of action will always see some trouble. And it's not like a school tournament as Sardines goes in there. I mean, you and I know all about them, Ronnie. I mean, it's, you know, you're prepped up for that and they space your games out pretty well. Generally, you'll have a game in the morning, a game in the afternoon, you'll have a game in the evening. You'll play your final early morning and then mid-afternoon is your grand final if you're going all the way in a school tournament. But, I mean, you've got to look at the BTAS boys. Some of these boys might be lucky if they've had a game break between some of their action playing for BTAS and their club teams. And, I mean, some of the other teams, like yesterday with Latrobe, Sardines wanting that one there. Latrobe played a game, got an hour break, and then come into another big matchup against a Kings team that then subsequently had a break. So sometimes fixturing can be an issue, but I mean, you try to equal it out as much as you can, but I can only feel for teams that have had a really heavy schedule and again trying to back up again this afternoon.
So 10 points is our margin, 26-16. Talking to Luca Brown yesterday in a break, he's telling me today he's had 3 games in a row. This is his 3rd game straight.
Yeah, well, same there with Phoenix Roby in a similar situation. He came off a state game, then went into here and has played back-to-backs. And, I mean, that's a nice shot there, by the way, down low for Launceston, brings that down to 8. But, I mean, there's just so much to take into account. I mean, we're only broadcasting 6 games, and, I mean, yesterday was an absolute marathon for us, and we're only sitting here broadcasting games, so you can imagine how these guys feel actually playing in the things.
So Sardines, now Brown with the 3
Big
and
shot.
gets it to go. Great shot by Luke Brown.
Never looked like missing from our vantage point. 29-18 our scoreline, Ronnie, and Launceston need to get on a bicycle and ride here, otherwise they're going to get caught flat-footed heading into the half.
Yes, the defending champions need to get a bit of a wriggle on here, as it's early days, I know, but still they've got to play up to the expectation from winning it last season. So Haywood coming down the floor here now. Goes good defensive pressure there by Saddisy.
He lost his feet there, poor old Haywood, as substitutions come in for the BTAS team.
So Lockie Maynard, Kai Savage coming in, Luke Brown and Riley Haywood having a breather.
That's a substitution on the other side as well for Launceston, as Young comes back into the game and Saddisy heading out.
Yep.
Did you just say that?
Yes.
Oh, God, sorry.
It's been a long weekend for us too, JB. We must admit that.
That's the word we'll use.
And foul on the play, so Lockie Maynard trying to claim it.
Yeah.
No, it's going to be assessed on Lewis Crennan.
It was reaching foul there, no doubt about that. There was clear contact. Someone had to be blown for it.
Yes. So Thomas Foster to restart, or the ball needs a... No, the ball's going to the other side. So it'll be Jackson Lowe to restart us here on the inbounds. And now down low, Young, good seal and good finish.
Inside gets it finished. That's the good work they need. This one back down to 9 points. And again, Launceston need a stop and a basket.
So Deans nearly lost the handle. Maynard able to recover. Deans now Brewer. Brewer puts it to the floor, but travelled in the process.
Yeah, Coach Martin there. And having spoken to Coach Martin with junior finals in the southern region a few weeks ago, one of the key factors they try and drill in as coaches is if a player is having an issue with travelling, that, you know, second you get the ball, put it on the floor. That was one of those situations where I think Nick Martin would have liked a couple of dribbles.
Absolutely. I can vouch for that. Deans off the turnover from Bailey, and then nearly turns it over himself. Well, he does in the end, and Tristan Bailey able to cover, and then got it back through deflection. Now Maynard wanting to go to Crennan, has to go. Yes, he will go in that direction. So BTAS trying to work out what they're running. Maynard decides to go for it, and short.
Out of the Launceston headquarters of BTAS, that one. Long way out.
So Lowe coming down the floor here. Just on 100 seconds to play here. Term number 2 as we come to you from the Kingra Sports Centre. And seeing this on the West Coast Ball Connection YouTube channel. Brewer got the steal. Now Maynard up the floor to Deans. Good pass and good finish.
Wonderful drive inside there. Takes contact well.
And then the long...
We're going...
And Raymond Young, I think, knew straight away after he passed that. It wasn't the right option. Josh Downey coming inside. Deans having a rest. The ball will go back up the other end as no one touched it.
Yes, that minute management there for Sire Deans. There are a lot of tired and a lot of sore bodies there on that BTAS team. But Launceston, thankfully, with that pass, are immediately in defensive mode.
Yep. So Maynard to restart. Downey. So Maynard. Shot clock at 8. High performance group needs to get something now. Brewer for 3.
Needs a roll, can't get it.
Can't get the go. Cox with the rebound as we come down the floor here.
Just over a minute remaining.
So Cox now into Bailey. Bailey puts it to the floor, looks at his options, goes back to Cox for 3. And he should be familiar with these rims as well too, Henry Cox, who did play for Scotch Oakburn at the State College Championships as well. So he's been down to Hobart a few times in the last couple of weeks, as foul will be on their Jai Letty.
Yes, that was easy call to make there.
So 50 seconds remaining. Maynard to restart. 31-20 is our scoreline. Raw down low. Has to kick it out. Maynard open for 3. Just short.
And the lids on the rims are still there. This one still struggling to get rolling offensively here, but BTAS should be happy with the stops they're getting.
So Lowe gets that, well, kind of got a passing screen from Raymond Young. Meanwhile, Lowe puts up the shot, can't get it to go. The tip from Bailey couldn't go either.
Passing screen's a unique way to say illegal screen.
Maynard into Savage. Savage, beautiful take and good finish.
Yeah, had Young on an island, couldn't do anything there. They've got to get a basket or a stop here, though.
So Cox down low, has to kick it back out to Young. Now Lowe thinking about it, goes back to Young. Now Cox for another 3.
No good.
And Broad to wheel this one in, and that will see us for half-time, and the high-performance team take a 13-point lead into the major break. It's BTAS 33, Launceston 20.
We'll take a half-time break for once in our broadcast, Ronnie, and we'll refuel and get ready for the second half.
Second half action about to begin here from the Kingra Sports Centre, our final game of our 6-game broadcast, and it's the Basketball Tasmania High Performance taking on the reigning champions of the State League back in 2019, the Launceston Lightning. So we are set to go. Maynard is going to restart us off here. And Downey will bring this one down. So a bit of an interesting first half, a little bit sluggish from both teams, and hopefully both teams may pick it up here in the second half as Savage for the three knocks it down. Great shot there by Kai Savage, and that should get his confidence going early in this third quarter. So Low coming down, margin at 16 here. This is threatening to balloon out if Launceston can't get something going. Nice two-man action, Young to Low, and gets that to go. That kind of rhymes. Downey. Now Brewer into Maynard as, again, they're looking to run a little bit of a set here. Maynard kind of putting it to the floor. Now Brewer. Stops, props, puts up the shot, can't get that to go either. Cox with the rebound and gave it off to Lowe. So Lowe comes down the floor here for the Lightning. Now inside to Foster. Foster one-on-one over Downey. That's a good mismatch. And then drew the foul. And Thomas Foster will go to the line for two. This might be assessed on, yes, it will be on Josh Downey. And substitution being made. Again, another quick sub by head coach Nick Martin. As Kai Savage, Lewis Crenn have a rest, Callum Boucher and Sardines coming in to replace them. So Thomas Foster at the line for two. This is the first. And been a good weekend of games. We've seen lots of things happening and some close finishes, which is great. But our attention stays on here. Maynard. Now Boucher. In turn to Deans, who thought about it, turned it down. Downey looking for Boucher inside, goes to him now. Boucher one-on-one with Foster, retreats out. Downey on the handoff. Now Brewer for the three. Just off. Foster with the rebound. And slows this one down. Now Lowe. Lowe putting it to the floor, looking at his options. Cox. Now, Sadisi down low. Goes to work. The big fella puts it up and gets the two. Nice move by Hayden Sadisi as he gets the two. And we're marching back to 12 here, 36-24. Now Brewer working our way through. Puts up the shot. Drew a bit of contact, but still able to knock that shot down. So good work by young Lockie Brewer, who's also playing multiple games this week. He's had state championships, state league. He's done it all, the young fella. Thomas Foster with the two. Nice job there. So Sardines coming down the floor. Tries to split through a couple. Looking to kick it out. Now Maynard able to retrieve. Maynard goes baseline. Good gib. And then to Brewer. Can he get the two to go? Can't. And Moulton just wouldn't go down. So now Foster having to put on some moves and try to get this ball up the floor. Good defensive work by Downey, but caught out late. Just moving his feet late as well too. So Josh Downey draws the foul there. So substitution, Phoenix Roby coming in for Lockie Maynard. So good little run there by Lockie Maynard. Now Phoenix Roby coming in. So play to just about to restart. I don't know what. Seemed like the last stand or the last post or something we're waiting for there. But anyway, Sadisi down low. Still work his way in. Again, nice move by the big fella. Couldn't finish on that occasion. Goes for seconds, and it was a good option. So margin back to 10, 38-28. Roby. Now Downey puts it to the floor. Has to kick it out. Deans, now Roby. Boucher at the free throw. Puts it to the floor. Over Young. Just long. And then Young gets the rebound. And Foster coming up the floor here now for Launceston. Foster with a bit of an armbar there, but drew the foul on Downey, according to referee Jordan Peel. Thomas Foster will go to the line once again. Substitutions being made here. Tristan Bailey coming in along with Jai Letty. And Thomas Foster will go to the line for two. BTAS in a huddle. So 6:42 remaining. There's our final game of action here for the weekend. Round 2 up in Devonport in a couple of weeks' time. As Thomas Foster knocks down the free throw. So Downey up the floor to Deans. Deans has Robe in support. Good pass. They need to finish that early, but Deans gets the scraps and gets the 2. So back out to 11. There's Bailey. So low. Foster working his way through. Good hesitation, and then try to through the pass. Boucher there able to pick that one off. Now Roby coming down the floor. So Roby handoff into Downey. Downey, nice little turn, but then lost it. And now all of a sudden, Bailey with it goes up, over, rejected by Boucher. Good defensive play, and the ball goes out of court. So 5:57 remaining. 18 left on the shot clock here. So Bailey to restart. Ball with Lowe. Lowe thinking about it. Goes for it from the middle and highway. Can't get that to go. And then Bailey tried to pull that one back in, but last touch. Substitutions. Luke Brown, Riley Haywood in. Downey and Brewer having a breather. So this quarter has kind of somewhat flown by to a degree. So side Deans, nice drive and good work. Just took that one by the scruff of the neck, and Raymond Young is seen enough. He'll call timeout. 5:39 remaining. It's 41-29, and really the BTAS holding a good buffer of a lead here, 13 points. And I think at the moment, if the game kind of goes the way it's been going, BTAS should have good control and should be able to pull this one out, and they should see him with another win. Oh, excuse me. Sorry. We'll see if we can get some stats up as well too. There's been some good results, so let's try to get we'll try to get a current ladder up. We'll get a live ladder up and see what's going on. See, 2020, there we go. We'll go to the men's. So let's have a look at the current ladder at the moment. No, it won't give me that, but it will give me some results. So let's have a look at some of the results today at the moment. So Launceston went down early this morning to Somerset, 99-85. Meanwhile, Kingborough demolished Wynyard, 81-57. And then the high performance team got a win over Burnie. Of course, Burnie only having 5 players, 83-58. And Hobart Phoenix with a comfortable win over Ulverston, 93-52. And still some, and of course, Penguin got up over Glenorchy. We don't have the scoreline there, but that was our previous broadcast, and Penguin got a win. And on the other court at the moment, we have Grandiers and Latrobe playing on court 1. So a lot of action happening here today. And there's just some of the men's results. We'll go through the women's shortly as Foster puts up the shot, just short on that one. 2 pieces of the rim had success. Brown and Foster, now Boucher. They're all joining the wooden floor. Sattersey for 3, missed everything, and that ball goes out of bounds. So Brown to restart here. Deans comes down the floor. So Deans, now Brown. Haywood going off glass. Brown with the tip. Great work by Luke Brown.
Glad to be back, Ronnie.
And JB has joined us.
Taking a small tea break there, as they say. But, yeah, BTAS really in control of this one at the moment. They're getting it done on the rebounds again. They're pressuring defensively. Have I adjusted? I've gone a bit high, have I? Sorry about that. But it's good to see them out there controlling. Launceston trying to do their bit, but it's just little offensive patches like this that really hurt them, not able to execute offensively. And they're bleeding points defensively. They're trying to avoid the 20-point blowout by 3/4 time, I think.
It's certainly, yeah. Brown goes for 3, flat on that one. Bailey with the rebound and jump ball. That will go the way of the high performance team. Eli French about to come back in along with Lewis Cram.
An absolute superstar, Eli French. Charlie Kay is the one that really took the spotlight in the women's high performance game that we filmed, and Eli has just really asserted himself here again. Only one of the probably the smallest man on the court here, but he gets about it defensively and really provides a spark.
Absolutely. No, he's worked his backside off, as I said earlier, JB. In the last couple of years, I've seen his development grow, and he's certainly shown that he's not a player that you should underestimate. As the shot went down there for Lonnie, so 13 points is our margin, 44-31. So Haywood. Now Boucher. Now Roby putting it to the floor. Again, a high kind of set action here. So Boucher trying to look for French, and now goes to him. So French goes baseline, Haywood, and he travelled in the process. That looked pretty obvious to me.
Yeah, and from where I'm sitting, Ronnie, it sort of looked like he was almost out of court as well. So
substitution being made. Raymond Young coming in.
Yes, Youngie back in, and our friend Zasansky.
We will
Zancy.
we'll get there.
He is checked out, and he's been unlucky. He's been working nicely down low, but hasn't been able to get reward for the effort.
And
nice
good work
drive
there by Foster.
Yeah, Foster getting inside, floating that one nicely.
So Haywood coming down the floor here.
Crowd has dispersed notably. Ronnie, this is the final game, and anyone that needed to head up National Highway 1 has proceeded on that route so far.
Yes, they certainly have. There'll be a few more travelling up the Midlands shortly as Foster tries to go up. Cox can't get the rebound. Too many yellow jerseys there. Roby.
Nearly loses his own feet.
Now French. So French puts it to the floor, kicks it out. Now Crennan. And double treble.
Yeah, didn't get rid of the ball. Nick Martin not happy with the basic fundamental.
And assistant coach Nate Burton just wondering how many timeouts are left. So Thomas Foster coming up the floor here now for Launceston. Cox inside to Bailey. Bailey working one-on-one with Haywood. Over and in.
That's good reward for good effort in the post there. That's timeout taken. Yeah. Nick Martin has seen enough. He wants to see them tighten up a bit defensively here. Just a couple of lapses and a couple of little fundamental technical flaws there that they're going to want to address there. 35-44, 2:44 remaining. Have to put the sunglasses on the second if it gets any brighter in here.
He can get very bright on this side, JB.
But, no, it's been good. BTAS really clicking into gear here to start this quarter. Asserted themselves with the lead. And again, Hobart just not getting, Launceston just not getting the reward for the effort they're putting in down low.
Yeah, I mean, I think though what they're trying to run is not bad. It's just that I don't think they're just short on numbers and a little bit of depth here. So, but again, Beats has been able to read some of what they've been doing. So defensively, it hasn't been too bad. But of course, Coach Nick Martin will look to make some adjustments on the defensive end. He'll have some targets of where he wants to keep Launceston to a score, and obviously they want to push their scoring where they can as well too. So.
Just quickly, Ronnie, looking up the top room there, is that a refereeing course?
Yeah, so there's a little bit happening here at Sports Centre today as well too. I forgot to mention that a community referee course is happening, and that's run by former referee and of course current referee coordinator of the Kingborough Association, Aaron Clement, is running the community ref course, and good to see some good numbers there. You never know, we might find the next one to...
Yes, the next Ruben Woolcock.
Yeah, we could well find him.
I will say this. I thought it was a yoga class when it started, but no. Referee course, it makes sense.
No, it's a community referee course, and good to see some more people interested in refereeing, which is great to see. So Haywood missed a shot. Now, shot clock has gone off in Burnley, but that doesn't matter. We'll keep playing. Boucher down low, over
That's
Bailey.
A big body to deal with, Boucher.
Boucher again goes second, and... well, it all paid off in the end for Callum Boucher.
Yes, fighting hard under there, and again, just a tale of two sides here. But Launceston aren't able to get any sort of reward for their effort down low.
And Henry Cox run down a real estate there and went out of bounds.
But BTAS are getting every success they want with any look at the basket, and that's reflective in the margin. 11 points now. The Lightning slowly pegging it back and trying to avoid a blowout here, but BTAS really need to assert themselves and get this one back out to 15, I think, for three-quarter time.
So Crennan Goes for it himself. Can't make it.
Didn't like the look of it and floated it towards the rim.
Young. Now low. So Bailey tries to put it to the floor. Good defensive pressure there by Crennan. And Launceston to get it back.
Players looking confused, but it was a clear call by Ash on the other side. She knew straight away where that ball was going.
Absolutely. 16 left on the shot clock. Low. Goes baseline. Good pass.
Oh, nice pass. Deserves a finish.
Young, and then drew a foul. So I think that might be on French.
Yeah, I don't think he was too impressed with that.
So just to reach in. So Lonnie to get it again on the baseline. Fourth team foul for the high performance group. So next one we go to line. So Low, and then Haywood, good hands, and give that off to French. Good work there by the two youngsters. French off and running. Roby in support, drew a foul and on Cox and will go to line for 2.
Yeah, Cox felt that he was hit in the face. And the referee explaining that no, you were in the defensive position.
Lockie Brewer looking to check back in now. And it looks like
he's had some good success down low as well as Callum Boucher heads out.
Yeah, Boucher over rest. So Phoenix Roby at the line for 2.
Needs a result, can't get it that time.
All right. And of course, Phoenix Roby's had a big weekend. And as we mentioned, all the other and most of the other players in this high performance group as well too. So he knocks down the second. So Martian's out the 12, a minute 18 to go here in this third quarter. There's Young, thought about it, now into low, down low, over Roby and gets the 2.
Lovely finish, down low, good finish. Again, this one to 10 points, a minute to go, and I think BTAS would probably be a little disappointed in their position here. They wanted to really get this out to 20. Meanwhile, Launceston potentially going to peg this back to single digits.
So Cox up the floor now, has French to beat and does. Good work there by Henry Cox.
Good finish, good drive, 8-point margin. Lightning slowly coming back into it. Could be a tremendous looking last quarter.
Could well be. We could be set up for something that we might not be expecting. French, now Haywood, but in good hands by Cox. Can he get another basket here? And he does. So it's back to 6.
He's turned this game on its head. This was a 17-point game moments ago. And we are down to 6. BTAS need to tighten up here.
So French. Now Brewer. Here's Roby. Game clock at 12. Shot clock at 8. And just short there.
Haywood hasn't been able to do that, so bring that same spark yet.
So Low has a good hands by French. French put up the Hail Mary. And
he's thrown that 3/4 of the way down the floor.
Not there, but good work by Launceston in that third quarter. They're able to bring this margin back to 6. So high performance group 47, Launceston 41.
We'll take a quick break and come back with what is set to be an interesting last quarter after this.
Final quarter underway here as Sardines gets us going. So BTAS hold a 6-point lead.
10 minutes left in what has been a tremendous round 1 of opening action in the State League. Thank you everybody who has tuned in here at the West Coast Ball Connection on behalf of Basketball Tasmania, and we hope you've enjoyed the coverage.
We haven't signed off yet, Joe. We've still got a quarter to go.
I was thanking everyone.
Oh, right.
I know how it sounded.
Early.
I know how it sounded.
As Riley Haywood knocks down the 3 and says this ain't over.
Mate, we've lost it. The baby and the bathwater have gone with one another in this situation.
No, it has been great. There's been some good views already.
And we've managed to cover some pretty decent games, albeit our last one was a scrappy affair and not the result we wanted.
Nice drive by Tristan Bailey.
But Launceston are really stepping up to the fight here in the end of that third quarter, and this fourth is set to be an interesting battle.
I was going to say, 3/4 time in the huddle there, Coach Raymond Young really emphasised a fair bit to his players. He wants this.
Yeah, they've got the potential. I mean, once they avoided that factor, they were strong enough to avoid the 20-point margin. And the fact is there's little things like that, like Lowe getting the ball there. It's the little things and the factors that, we went from potentially 20 down to wanting to take a lead in this game.
So Foster. Now, Bailey, well, I don't know if there was any contact there between him and Brewer, but it could have well been, but I don't think there was. Just something that was just a normal basketball play there as Sardines comes down the floor here. So Maynard, now Brewer. Brewer needs to do something. Gives it to Maynard. Shot clock at 9.
They just seem a little confused here, BTAS, but the pressure from Launceston has been awesome.
Haywood open.
Needs this.
Bang!
And
back-to-back triples for Riley Haywood.
Yep, he's had a shooting display again. He's going to want to spark his team. He managed to do it in a couple of games. He's done it for Penguin occasionally, and no different here once again for BTAS.
So Lowe, marching back out to 10 here. They did get it close as much as 6 there at one point there in the last 2 minutes. So Foster works his way through, puts up a tough shot, tough make. Great work.
Asked the question, but didn't get the answer. Nonetheless, he provided it himself. Took the contact, high arcing, great finish.
Deans goes through a couple, can't finish on the layup. Lowe with the rebound, and in good hands by Haywood. Deans wants to join in on that.
Oh, it's 3-on-2 over the back.
Foster needs to put something up and does. Another basket for Thomas Foster.
He wanted contact as well. Lowe is fired up there at centre court, and this one is a contest, Ronnie.
Certainly is.
Much easier for us to get into as well.
Yes, which is kind of been waiting around for something here today, and I think we're getting our money's worth, JB, as ball goes down low, and good work by Tristan Bailey.
Stepped out of bounds there.
Out of bounds again. They'll
just poke the camera around the rail there, but he's stepped out of bounds.
Light blue lines here at the Kingborough Sports Centre.
And it's much easier to see than our other show court where there are just lines galore. What you see in this half-court section here is what the entire floor is like on the other side.
Deans, good pass in the Credon. And drew to foul and go to the line for one.
And I think the frustration with Launceston there is that they feel that they've had contact very much the same 2 or 3 different trips down. I think they're just wanting a little bit of consistency if they're getting that contact, but that was an obvious call there. Hit him on the head on the drive. Played through the contact, got the basket, and deservedly heading for an and one to make this a 9-point margin.
So Lewis Crenton to the line for one. Luke Brown looking to check back in as well too. And can't get it. So 7 minutes remaining in this last quarter. Margin out to 8. Bailey tried to do everything, but Deans and a wall of others were there to meet him. Now Brewer can't get that to go either. Haywood
has 8 points in this last quarter.
And he's been that X factor once again, JB.
Yes, he's been the leading star once again. He's been doing it offensively here. Just need an extra spark for the stop here.
So
Launceston out now behind by double digits.
So Sanessy down low, and then Brewer with good hands. Now Brewer is clear, or no, Bailey there to meet him, and then a travel.
Shuffled his feet.
Yeah.
Shuffled his feet on the pull-up. Nick Martin's the same thing, explaining it to him what to do as Luke Brown comes in.
Yep. It was Crane having a rest. So it's one of those ones where you just got to be strong and aggressive to the rim. You just can't be caught in 2 minds on what you want to do. So that shuffle of the feet could be costly. Now, Foster. Low.
Hesitant. Good young player is Low.
He is.
Bodies everywhere.
Foul on the play. It's going to be on Foster. So Jackson Lowe having some issues at the moment. Coach, referee Nick Draper just trying to calm him down a little bit. Again, cool leads needed for Bale here. We have seen a couple of technical fouls and unsportsmanlike fouls over the weekend.
Yes, Nick, one of the leading officials up on the north, so he'd understand these Launceston boys very well.
Absolutely. So Deans looking, exploring, trying to go through Foster, and then good work by Lowe. Haywood, nice fake for the 3. Yes.
Big shot there. He is on fire.
So Riley Haywood now up to 11 points in this quarter as well too, JB. He's having a really good quarter where this margin now extends to 13.
Yes, massive game for him so far.
Raymond Young for 3, not there.
And BTAS, when we thought they were going to blow it out by 20 earlier, are going to look to do that now here in the last. Haywood, can he do it again?
Oh, no, turns it down.
Smart move.
So Brewer, and that would be a foul on Foster. So substitution's going to be made. Kai Savage is going to come in. Lockie Maynard with Rez. Henry Cox, Hayden Sanessy are coming in. And Tristan Bailey and Thomas Foster having a breather. So Savage to restart. Now Deans. Deans puts up the floater.
Oh,
Missed everything, and then
Brown.
Brown with a tip.
And that explosiveness and athleticism is slowly coming back to the great man. He's, as we mentioned, been out with injury. He's been very tentative, and the fact that he's still able to get up there after playing 7 or 8 games this week is a credit to himself.
Absolutely, it has been now. Foul on the play. It's going to be on Sardines.
Sardines, I wouldn't say agreed with the decision, but he's just taking a breather and going to work that. He's going to ask the question, yep.
So Raymond Young at the line for 2.
62-47. Half a quarter to go in round 1 of the State League. Again, been action-packed. We thank everyone who has managed to watch some of these games. And we uploaded last night, Ronnie, and some of them are really ticking over early, which is good to see.
Yeah, no, it was worth staying up late for, I'll guarantee you that.
Boy, oh boy.
It's good to see everyone tuning in. So Savage thought about it, turned it down, looking for the hand. Now Brewer goes himself.
Nearly travelled there, changed his pivot foot, got away with it.
So Haywood back to Deans.
That's
going
deep.
for a 3 and gets the drop. Now these are some friendly rims when they want to be too down here at the Kingborough Sports Centre, JB.
Yes, they're not like playing on the northwest coast. Some of the ones on the northwest coast are some of the most unforgiving rims in the country. There's low inside on a drive.
Good drive by Jackson Lowe.
So I think some of these boys would actually be relieved that there's a little bit more leeway for a bounce or two.
So Brewer down low. Trying to get to Haywood. Cox doing a good job of defending him. Now Brown open for 3. Yes.
Everything falling now for BTAS. It's a 17, 18-point margin, so they were threatening to blow it out earlier. Launceston tried to show some resilience there, and that was their last little run, unfortunately.
So Cox goes to Young.
Brown being very active defensively there.
Young.
Contest that.
Try to go to dump pass to Sanity.
Very good effort there by Luke Brown. They deserve a basket out of this BTAS.
So Haywood.
Not afraid to fire, as we know.
Now Deans. Deans works his way and now goes cross court to Savage for 3. Yes, Kai Savage with another 3. And good work by the youngster from Devonport.
Yes, shot that one out of the corner. Out to 21 points now. 71-50, and this is the only real blowout that we have covered here this weekend, Ronnie. And I mean, it's just a shame it's the last game. I mean, you don't want to see it at any time, but going out with a bang of some sort would have probably been more appropriate as Young takes a deep 3.
Bang! Gets the 3 there.
They couldn't do it, could they?
No, well, I have seen stranger things happen, but I would safely say I think BTAS are in good control here at the moment. So Brewer works his way inside over Young, missed everything, and then ball goes out of bounds as they'll pick Brown up from the floor. And substitutions. So Eli French, Josh Downey, Thomas Foster, and Tristan Bailey.
Phoenix Roby in there as well.
Yep, okay, yeah, Phoenix Roby coming in there too. Good, well spotted, JB. He must have sneaked in somehow.
Yeah, he just went through the interchange gate. Nothing terribly noticeable.
Oh, there you go. Low down low against Roby. Now Sanessy for 3, short.
Good rebound.
Bailey over French, yes.
And they've just started to gel a little bit here.
And then foul on the play.
They're going to need to be careful here, Launceston, any more, and that will put BTAS in the bonus.
Well, next one will go to the bonus here, JB. So they're pressing now. They're going to a 2-2-1. So obviously trying to work a few, maybe a strategy to work out for things for round 2 coming up. And a foul there. So Phoenix Roby will now go to the line for 2.
71-55. You can hear the shot clock in the other court going off in our headsets mildly. Yeah. But again, this one slowly winding down, 2-14. And I mean, Ronnie, the lids have been on the baskets for these last couple of games.
Yeah, certainly have been.
I mean, Riley Haywood's tried to break them open. He's had a very good quarter.
Yeah, he
has.
But
outside of that, we haven't had any real long streaky runs in our coverage. They went on after the Kings went and shot the lights out. And they've sort of come off for Haywood here, but they're the only real runs we've seen on these rims all day.
I think, yeah, just the long weekend finally getting to everyone, I reckon, JB. So, ball down low, good double team, and now cross court to Cox for 3. Yes.
I just said, Said the rims were. I'll let you have the last 2 minutes.
Right.
My God.
Yeah, no worries. Brown into Downey. Downey, nice work.
Cut through the lane, very clean there.
And good pass by Luke Brown as well too. So good vision. 75-58. Now, Bailey tried to, well, he got it back in the end there. Tried to go off glass, can't get the go. Brown to Roby. Back to Brown.
Oh,
and then
inside
good
foul.
work, and then ball
not
goes
foul.
out of play. Luke Brown won the foul.
Was deflected.
And referee said, oh, Callum Boucher coming in. And, yeah, Luke Brown going to have that rest now.
Yeah, took that contact there on the drive, so he's played really well and earned that rest. There's French, another man who's well and truly earned every minute he's had this afternoon.
Savage for number 3. And Kai Savage, just quietly, he's having a good last quarter here, JB.
Yes, Haywood came out of the game. Savage came in and took off from where he left.
And then a poor pass sees a turnover there for Launceston.
It's going to be very hard for Lonnie to get that ball. They end up being sandwiched between two defenders on the overlap.
So down in now, Savage coming up the floor here. So Savage inside to Boucher. Boucher down low. Puts up the shot, can't get it to go. Tipping from Savage in any work. Went for seconds and then drew a foul. So Kai Savage will go to the line for 2. So Kai Savage, obviously, again, as I said, he's come off a state under 16. So he played with the under 18 Division 2 Devonport team that played up there, and they won the state titles for Division 2 Devonport over Latrobe. So Kai was a member of that team, so he saw some good court time and enjoyed it as well too. So good on him to be playing multiple games this week and really pushing through the pain barrier. And of course he'll be back at school tomorrow as Term 4 starts tomorrow, JB.
Oh, no.
Yes.
Sorry to all the kids out there that have been enjoying their break. You got to go back for another 10 weeks.
So Savage for 3. Kenny need to continue the hot streak. Crennan puts it up. Good hands by Lowe. And then Foster able to get it. And as we rabble down the last 30 seconds here, Launceston will look for a final score. Now Lowe, and nearly run out of real estate, kicks it out. Hayden Sanessy for 3, can't get it. And then Bailey with a good 2 there.
And this will be our final phase.
So we'll see what happens here. I think the boys are just going to true out. Yes. So in the end, no, they'll do the right thing here.
He's not going to have a lane violation, is he?
No.
Oh, I thought I thought there was going to be a 3-second violation there. Sitting in there for 100 minutes with the ball. Yeah, the referees are like, yeah, probably could have been, but that's a smart call. You don't want to call a turnover.
Dear.
Final scoreline, 79-60.
So a good game in the end. I mean, BTAS really pushed it out in that second half, and in that last quarter they stepped up another notch. And we're able to hold Launceston to 60. So defensively, I think BTAS will probably take that effort. But meanwhile, Launceston will try to regroup and get ready for round 2.
Yes, hopefully so. BTAS ending their all weekend with a high performance in general, winning that one 79-60. Again, on behalf of Ronnie and myself and Basketball Tas for the West Coast Ball Connection, we'd like to thank everyone who has played, coached and reffed over the weekend, and everyone who has viewed the games we've recorded. We've enjoyed it. Some of them, I mean, the Sunday games, although probably not to the same standard as our Saturday games, nonetheless were pretty good battles in their own right. And I think that wraps up a pretty good weekend of coverage, Ronnie.
Absolutely. No, it's been great. So round 2, we'll try and either do a bit of the same thing, or we'll do a bit of roving footage. We'll check out and see what we can do up in Devonport. But round 3, we for the local round, I think we'll pick a game and live stream, and then of course Gala weekend will be up in Launceston and live stream the whole 4 semi-finals and the 2 grand finals as well too. So I think that will do us. So as on behalf of Justin Bryan, I'm Ron Ricks, and we'll see you again soon.